Hmm. Hello, hello. Welcome, Amanda. Hi, Paula. Great to see you guys. How's everybody doing? There's Amanda. What's up?
Hello. Good, except it just started getting cold and rainy and nasty here in Ohio. So
Well, I'm on my way. I'm on my way to Ohio on Saturday.
nice.
I hear it's supposed to snow up there tomorrow. You guys gonna get snow tomorrow? Is that still a thing?
It'll probably be like the falling slush that we get.
Yeah.
That's just kind of disgusting for a while.
Yeah,
But
flurry,
yeah,
slushy grossness, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, that cold front that's come through, it's made its way to Florida. It's going to be in the
Ooh.
50s when we wake up here, with the highs in the 60s, which means everybody in Florida is going to be wearing full on snow gear because that is freezing to Floridians.
Oh yeah.
That'll be funny. Or as one of my athletes refers to it as, she calls it hobo season because she feels like she dresses like a hobo. Oh, excuse me. I'm still getting over that my cold that I had last week. I'm actually past it, but I still have this like lingering cough. So I do apologize, but it's great to see you. Paolo, thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you. And Marcella, always great to see you. Thanks for joining. I'm sure we'll have some other folks that are joining us, but I do want to get started because as you see in that I put in Slack, I've got some really good topic today that I wanna go over. And that topic is I really want to help you guys, especially right now as we go into the holiday season. We got a lot of leads, but I want to help you guys get more appointments, but most importantly, more appointments to show up. Okay. And so today I'm going to start the first half hour kind of just talking about a couple of things that you can use to help you increase your show rates. All right. Now, if you're not already doing a discovery call, that's fine. I'm not telling you that you should do a discovery call, but I'm kind of telling you that you should do a discovery call because I do a discovery call and I definitely get 90% of the appointments that do a discovery call with me show up. Okay. And at the end of the day, right? Time is money. My time is money. My time on my calendar is money. My appointment time is money, right? And there are plenty of people in the area that need my help and need to be helped by me, just like with you guys. You have plenty of people in your area that need your help, that need your expert guidance. And so we can't let people take up time and space in our calendars if they're not going to show up, right? So we need each other though, right? We need them to show up so we can help them, but we need them to show up too so that we can help them, we can increase our revenue and grow our businesses. And so without those shows, we're spinning our wheels, right? And so the number one way to increase your show rate is to do a discovery call. Okay. The reason that I think most people don't do a discovery call is because they're afraid to talk on the phone. Okay. They're afraid to get on the phone and talk. We live in a society of texting. We don't talk on the phone anymore. We text. We text everybody, and that's fine, right? And I want to be clear. I'm not saying to cold call people. What I'm saying is a discovery call is a scheduled, timed call. It is a I've made an appointment. It's an appointment. It's another version of an appointment. Okay. And in that appointment, you are setting a time and place for you to call. That discovery call is an appointment. We set that for 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute appointment. But the call should really only last 5 to 7 minutes, right? The longer you're on a phone call with somebody, there's a couple of things that happen when you get on a phone call too long, right? You're giving them too much space to ask the wrong questions because you know that people are the questions that people ask are always the wrong ones, right? What are the number one and number two things people ask you on a call or in an appointment or via text message? How much does it cost? And tell me about your class times, right? These are the wrong questions to ask, but they don't know what else to ask. So I'm going to teach you today how to run a discovery call so that people don't really ask questions. They answer yours, and then we get them to a place where they're not only know that you're a live human being who's going to be waiting for them at the gym at a designated time to speak to them, but you're also going to start asking the right questions to get them in the right headspace so that they can understand what it is that they're coming into, and they can understand and be more ready to receive personalized interventions, right? We talk about this all the time, especially if you're a CrossFit affiliate. If you're a CrossFit affiliate, 9 out of 10 people that you see on an NSI are not ready for full CrossFit by themselves on day one. They need some sort of personalized intervention, whether that is an on-ramp, whether that is a hybrid membership, semi-private at first, whether your model is, I work with a lot of gyms, CrossFits, who their model is PT first. Like, we're not even sending you to class until you have done a certain number of semi-private or private training sessions with our coaches so that we know that you're going to be safe, that you know how to scale, and you're not going to be a liability in class, i.e. hurting somebody, hurting yourself, or consuming all of the coach's time, right? And so doing this discovery call is a great primer, right? It's a great way to put somebody into the right headspace to understand, hey, I'm not just going down to that purple gym for $15 a month and I'm going to go get a tour of a bunch of equipment and then they're going to drop me into a gym membership. No, this is coached and guided fitness, and they're going to help me solve some problems. Okay. So discovery call, let's talk about it. Let's dive into it. Okay. 10 minutes is what you're going to book on your calendar for a discovery call, but your goal is to get this call done in about 5 to 7 minutes. You're going to get a lot of people on the phone because you have a designated and scheduled time to call. Okay. Designated and scheduled time. Now you're not cold calling, right? You're not dialing for dollars. This person is expecting you and waiting for you. If you're not already doing a discovery call with us, we have an actual workflow for you at Lasso that will help you ensure that more people will get on that call, right? Just like with our no sweat intros, we have a workflow that will say, hey, Amanda, I'll be calling you in 1 hour from this phone number, right? Hey, Amanda, I'm just finishing up with a client. I'll give you a call in 5 minutes, right? These workflows will help ensure that the people know that you're calling. They know that you're calling from the number, and it reminds them of that appointment. So you're going to get a lot of people on the phone. Okay. Now, whatever you have to do, you can book people into a discovery call, whether that's your direct call to action. So for me, my ads, the direct call to action is book a call. Okay. They're not booking appointments, they're booking calls. Okay. Or they're coming into a workflow, and my job or my whole, everything we're trying to get them into is to booking that call, right? Let's book the call. I use the VAs. So if you use the VAs, that's what we do. Our goal is to book them into a call. Okay. Once they're booked into that call, they'll get a workflow, right? Hey, your appointment with Robert is set for this time, this date, 1 hour out. Hey, Amanda, I'll call you from this number in 1 hour. 10 minutes before, hey, Amanda, I'm just finishing up with a client. I'll give you a call as soon as I'm done. Okay. They know that you're coming. They know that you're calling. They're ready for it. You call them. Shoot, they don't answer. Call them right back. Okay. People have call blocking. All right. So very important. If you call them at the designated time and the call doesn't go through, call immediately again from the same number. All right. That will bypass the call blocking, and then your call will ring through, and hopefully that person will then answer the call. All right. Now, the first thing that I want you to do when that person answers the phone, so I want you to look at me right now. I'm smiling. Smile through the phone. Okay. When you smile, your whole energy changes, right? We want to be exciting. We want to be happy. We want to be helpful. We want to be somebody that people are going to trust right away. Okay. We want to have voice inflection. Do you know what voice inflection is? Or up and down. That's what I'm using with you guys right now. Voice inflection, right? You don't want to be the guy from Bueller. You know what I'm talking about? I am. What sounds more exciting? Hi, Amanda. It's Robert from All Fit Orlando. How are you today? Or, hey, Amanda, how are you today? It's Robert from All Fit Orlando. It's so great to connect. How are you doing today? Right? You see the difference, right? You've got to be smiling through the phone. I'll give you another tip. Stand up. I don't know about you guys, but my background is coaching. I came from a training and a coaching background. My perfect ideal comfort setting is standing up in front of a room of people, coaching and cueing and getting them hyped up for a workout. So get yourself in that coach's state of mind, right? Put an AirPod in, stand up. I'm half Italian. So you see, I use my hands all the time, right? Can't use my hands if my hands are on a phone. So be yourself, be comfortable, smile through the phone, stand up, be exciting, be ready to meet somebody with some good energy, because this phone call could be a life changer for them. So meet them with that good energy, right? And then we're asking questions. We're going right into it. And we're going to go right into it because tip number 1, don't give a lot of space for questions. Okay. If you give a lot of space for questions, they will ask them. And those questions will be, how much is this going to cost? And tell me about your classes and times. Okay. At the end of this, I'm going to go over how to handle those, because it happens even to the best of us. Or sometimes you're going to meet a type A personality on the phone who's going to try to drive the conversation. Okay. The most important thing that you can do on this call is you need to lead the call and drive the conversation. If at any point you allow the prospective client to take over the call, things are going to happen. Like A, it's going to run over. They're going to talk way too long and tell you more than what you need. And I love when people want to tell me their whole life story, but I want to save it for when they're in front of me so we can connect on a human level and I can ask deeper questions and I'm not rushed for time. Okay. The other thing that happens when people take over these calls is that they will start asking you those questions, right? So we don't want them to take over the call. We're the expert. I say this all the time. It's like the doctor's office. When you call the doctor's office, you don't take over the doctor's call. You let the doctor ask the questions. And when you're done, when that person is finishing up answering your question, you should have the next one ready to go. Okay. 5 to 7 minutes. We're going to keep it to 4 or 5 really quick questions. Here they are, right? Amanda, thank you so much for taking my call today. I'm sorry I was a minute late. See what I did there? I'm late urgency. I'm so sorry I was a minute late. I was just finishing up with a client and I've got another call right after this. See what else I did there? I've now dictated that we are short on time. This is going to help keep my call to 5 to 7 minutes. And it's going to help letting them try to take over and go over long. Okay. Sorry I was a minute late, Amanda. I was just finishing up with a client and I've got another call after this. I know your time is as valuable as mine. So let me just jump right into it. When it comes to your health and fitness, what has brought you to me in the first place? Are you struggling with working out, with nutrition, with accountability, maybe all of the above? Briefly, tell me what's been going on. Let's pull it back. See what I did in that first question? So just to review, I have created a short amount of time. I've created that. Whether I have another call next or not, it's insignificant. I'm busy. I'm a little bit late because I was finishing up with a client. Even if I wasn't, I'm a minute late. I was finishing up with a client. Okay. Finishing up, I was late, and then I've got to go. So I'm creating that space and time. We're here right now, and let's get this dialed in and go. And then I asked an open-ended question about what is going on with them, what brought them to us in the first place. Why are we on this call? But I teed up answers for them because most people don't realize what's going on. If I just said, hey, what got you on the call today? Amanda's going to go, well, I'd really like to lose 10 pounds and tone up my thighs, but I don't want to get bulky, right? You're going to get answers like that. Right. And we know that that's not the reason why Amanda's on the call. Amanda's on the call because she's struggling with consistency, accountability, self-awareness. She's struggling with her nutrition. She's lacking energy. She can't keep up with her kids. She's in a bad space with her husband and her friends because she doesn't feel good about herself. Is she going to tell me all those things on the phone? Maybe. I don't want to get that deep, but I want her to start thinking about those things. The other part of this call is prepping them, making them open to what the possibilities could be and what really has been going on, right? So I'm teeing up those answers. And when I say, I'm going to tell you, I did a discovery call yesterday that led to an NSI today. I sold PT. I'll tell you what happens is when I say, what have you been struggling with the most? Has it been getting to the gym and working out? Has it been nutrition? Has it been accountability? Or maybe all of the above? Before I'm finished asking that question, I usually hear people laugh a little bit. They're like, because they're laughing because the answer, if they're aware at that time, is all of the above, right? Most people will say, actually, Robert, all of the above. And I'll say, okay, well, briefly tell me what's been going on. I want them to share with me what has been going on. Why are you struggling with fitness, nutrition, accountability, and support? Right? And then you're going to start to get a story. Now, remember, we've created time constraints. So it's very, very important for you that if the person starts rambling on, find a place to cut them off with your next question. Hey, Amanda, you know what I'm hearing that you've been struggling, trying to find a way to get to the gym, and you're kind of all over the place with nutrition, right? Is that right? Yes. Okay. Look, tell me, how long has this been going on, right? We talk about this in the NSI. The format for this call is the same as the NSI, right? How long has this been going on? Well, I'm just giving you what I heard on my DC yesterday. It's been 5 years. Robert, it's been 5 years. I've been slowly gaining weight for the last 5 years, and I'm now 50 pounds heavier than I was 5 years ago. Wow, Amanda, I'm so sorry to hear that. What has been getting in the way? What's been preventing you from getting to the gym? What's been going on there? Well, I've been helping my mom. I moved, I changed jobs. I've got a sick grandmother, right? Amanda, what I'm hearing is that you've been spending a lot of time prioritizing everybody else but yourself. Is that right? Yeah. And now you're in a place that you really want to prioritize yourself and get better, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, have you tried anything else in the past? Well, I tried this, I tried that. I have a membership to Planet Fitness. This is what the girl told me yesterday. I have a membership to Planet Fitness. I go, I don't know what to do, and then I don't go for months. You know what, Amanda? You're not alone. I hear this story all the time. Okay. So just to review, what I've been hearing is you've been prioritizing everybody else for the last 5 years. Because of that, you've put on an extra 50 pounds. And that extra 50 pounds has put you in a place where you're no longer feeling good about yourself. You're having some health issues. You're struggling with your energy and your energy levels. And you've tried to go to a Planet Fitness, but you're just not sure what to do. And you don't have any accountability there to keep you going consistently. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Then I asked that really deep question, right? Hey, you know what? So I'll tell you what, Amanda, I get you to come in, right? We start working out. I find a way to get you to the gym 3-4 times a week. We get your nutrition dialed in. What's going to be different for you 3 to 6 months from now? Oh my God, Robert, I'm going to feel so much better. I'm going to feel comfortable in my own skin again. I'm going to have the energy to be a better mom, a better wife. I'm going to be there for my mother while we're taking care of my sick grandmother. I'm going to be a better person. That's the answer to the goals question, right? We talk about that all the time. That is such a much better way to ask somebody what their goals are without putting up walls, right? So see how I've done that? I've done this in 3 to 4 minutes. I've gotten all of these questions out in 3 to 4 minutes on the phone, right? And then here's what I'm going to tell Amanda. All right, Amanda, look, sounds like everything that you've got going on sounds like you'd be a perfect fit for our gym. We really help, right? Listen to what I'm going to say here. We really specialize in helping people like you who've been prioritizing everybody else but themselves find reasonable ways to get back into the gym and get better energy so that they can be better for the people that love and care about them the most. So what I just did there was right, we talk all the time about value, right? I drew from what she valued the most. I heard in the course of those 3 to 5 minutes, I heard that all she wants to do is find a way to prioritize her health and fitness so she can get back to a place where she feels better about herself and has the energy and confidence that she needs to be a better wife and mother and to be there for her mom while they're dealing with an illness with her grandmother, right? So I'm keying in on those things and telling her that we specifically help people just like her do exactly what it is that she's looking for. And then I'm going to add to that. So the next step in my process is I would like to invite you in either this evening or tomorrow to come meet with. And if it's you, fine. Or if it's somebody else in your organization, right? Say it's Marcella. Hey, I'd love to invite you to come in and meet with my head trainer, Marcella. What we're going to do in that session is we're going to dig a little bit deeper into some of these things that you chatted with me about on the phone. Marcella's going to get some baseline biometrics, and we're going to take you through what we call a functional movement assessment. So I want to make sure that you come dressed to work out. It's not going to be intense, but we're going to go through a functional movement assessment. And then based on the things that you tell Marcella and the things that she annotates about your body and where you are biometrically, she's going to work on creating a plan for you that's going to help you find a way to prioritize exercise 3 to 4 times a week, talk to you a little bit about that nutrition and your nutritional plan, and get you to come up with a plan together that actually makes sense to you so that 3 to 6 months from now, you are in that place where you're feeling better. Do you have time tonight or tomorrow that works in your schedule? And if so, morning, afternoon, or evening? Okay, let me take a time out there. Okay, so I keyed in on the specific things that she's looking for and told her that we solved that problem. Then I told her that the next step in the process, and I explained it to her so she understands what she's coming in for. She's not coming in for a gym tour. I'm not going to show her my Rogue equipment. Look at this fancy GHR I got over here. They don't care about that stuff, guys. What they care is that you can solve their problem and help them become successful. So you're not coming in for a gym tour. You're going to come in and meet with my head trainer, or you're going to come in and meet with me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig in. I want to listen more about what's going on with Amanda's life. I want to understand, and then I want to get some measurements and some assessments done so that I can really, truly get a picture of what's going on with Amanda. Because here's what we're going to do next, right, guys? We're going to bring them in for that assessment, that consultation, the no sweat intro, the complimentary workout, whatever it is that you do, so that you can then diagnose the problem, right? Prescription without diagnosis is malpractice. You can't diagnose a problem unless you understand what truly that problem is, and how you're going to do that is in your assessment and consultation, right? Whatever you guys do, every gym is different, but whatever you do, you're going to do that, and you're going to convey that to the potential new client so that they understand what's going on and what's going to happen. Then you see the other thing I did was I keyed her into, it's 2 p.m. here. Hey, can you come in tonight or tomorrow? And if tomorrow, do you prefer morning, afternoon, or evening? I'm not giving her a week from now options. I'm not giving her 4 days. I'm locking her into tonight or tomorrow. Okay. Well, I can't come in tonight. It's too short a notice, but I could come in tomorrow. Do you prefer morning, afternoon, or evening? Well, I go to work really early, but I'm off by 4. So late afternoon, early evening would be best. Great. Looking at my schedule here, looks like Marcella could be available for you at 5 o'clock. Does that time work for you? Yes, great. Listen, Marcella runs a really, really, really tight schedule, okay? So I just want to make sure, just one more time, 5 o'clock works for you, and that there's nothing that's going to stand in your way or prevent you from coming in tomorrow at 5 o'clock, because again, she really does keep a tight schedule, and I want to make sure that she's going to be there and you're going to be there for her as well. Is that good? Okay, so timeout. You see what I just did there? Okay, that's called the double confirmation. So now I told her, right, this is urgency that I've created. We have a tight schedule. I'm not just widely available. Even if I am widely available, she doesn't need to know that, right? I'm trying to lock you into a time and explain to you and give you the idea that, look, I feel like a lot of times people no show because they think that we're working in a 24-hour fitness where I'm a shift worker. I'm there from 11 to 7 today. So if Marcella doesn't show up, oh, well, I'm still getting paid by the hour. No, I'm not getting paid by the hour. I work off of appointments, right? I was telling Amanda, hey, Marcella works off of appointments. She runs a tight schedule. She's doing you a favor by fitting you in. I'm locking you into this time. Does that work for you? Yes. And then once she says yes, then the double confirmation comes. Hey, one more time, she runs a really tight schedule. 5 o'clock works for you. Is there anything that's going to prevent you from coming in tomorrow? No, everything's good. So we can lock you in at 5 o'clock. You're going to be there. Yes. Double confirmation. When you get a double confirmation on the phone, the workflows are all great. But when somebody verbally tells you yes twice on a phone call and you can get them in that night or the very next day, you're going to get a 90% plus show rate. I promise you 150%. That girl, Amanda's coming in. She's coming in. But if she's not coming in, she's not going to try to skirt out of this appointment because she realizes now that Marcella runs a tight ship and we've got that time slot that we're holding exclusively for her, right? Once that's booked, hey, no, that's great. I'm going to send you a confirmation. There also will be a reconfirmation later on. Make sure you say yes to that. and we'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I'm looking forward to it. Have a great day. And then hang up. That's 5 to 7 minutes. 4 to 5 very key questions run just like the doctor's office. What brought you by, but tee up the questions, right? Are you struggling with fitness, nutrition, accountability, all of the above? Briefly, tell me what's going on. Okay. How long has this been going on? What have you tried in the past? If I get you, paint the picture. If I get you in and we're working 3 to 4 times a week, we get the nutrition dialed in. What's going to be better for you? What's going to be different? How will you feel? However you want to phrase that. 3 to 6 months from now, paint that picture. Make them, put them there, put them on the top of the mountain and let them feel how that feels. And then lock them into the appointment by explaining to them what the next step is, lock them into a time that day or the next one, and then double confirm it. If you do this, I guarantee you, you're going to take your appointment show rate from wherever it is now to 90% plus. Okay. These are really, really, really important steps. Now, I'm going to tell you one other thing. So I'm going to give you one other tip and then we're going to open up and we'll start talking about this. Okay. Say you don't do a discovery call, right? Say you're somebody who just books appointments, right? Your call to action is book an intro or book a free class. If you have the ability to do so, somebody books an appointment, pick up the phone and call them right away. Try to get a discovery call right at that moment that they book the appointment. Okay. It works. Metabolic, you know, this works. This is your whole play. Somebody books that appointment for the free workout. Boom. I'm calling you right away. Even if you don't answer, I'm leaving you a message, right? You know, I'm right. And the reason for doing that is because we want them to know that there is a human being attached to this who knows that you're coming in for an appointment. If it's a free workout, I am holding a spot exclusively for you in class. We look forward to seeing you. If for any reason something comes up, please call us and let us know. This spot is exclusive. Maybe you even say, I'm holding the last spot in this class for you. Yes, right? You're creating urgency, scarcity. You're letting them know they're holding somebody's spot. And so this is going to help you with your show rates, guys. So if you don't want to do a discovery call, fine. If you're doing a direct to book on a consult or a direct to book on a free workout, no problem. Pick up the phone after they book. Try to do a if they answer, you're going into a discovery call. Exactly what I just told you. Hey, so great to see you. I saw you booked a free class. I would love to just ask you a couple of questions before you come in. Hey, what are you struggling with right now? Is it workouts, nutrition? Like what's going on, right? Ask some questions. Do you have any injuries? Have you worked out before? What did you do before? Great. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Anything gonna prevent you from coming in at 5? No? Great. Cool. We keep a tight schedule. Or great. We're holding this spot for you. It's the last spot in class. So great. We'll see you tomorrow. Right? Getting that confirmation. So those are 2 things that I think that everybody can do right now, whether you're doing a discovery call or a direct to book, picking up the phone and leaving a message. Doing that little extra is the absolute best way to get a 90% plus show rate. Don't want to do any of those things. Leave it to the wind. Hope and pray they come in. You're going to continue to struggle with shows. I guarantee you. All right. So that's what I wanted to bring today to this call. And what I'd like to do right now is I'd like to open it up to everybody on the call. And I would love to hear from you guys. And maybe I'm just going to go around the room. I'm going to see what you guys are doing currently in your gym and how you feel about the things that we talked about today and see if you have any questions. And Amanda, I'm going to just start with you. So bring me up to speed. What are you doing any of this process now? And if not, what are your thoughts after hearing this?
So we do discovery calls. I think for me, what I'm going to take a look at is in our system, we have a few different workflows that people can choose from our website, whether it's book a discovery call or request a rate or book a free intro. We have a few different nomenclature things that exist out there. And it gets confusing on our end as far as what they're trying to do.
Well, Amanda, let me stop you there. If it's confusing on your end, how do you think they feel? Right?
Oh, yeah. And
what do I do? And so one of the things that I've been hearing all these years in gym ownership and then working with Lasso and increasing my own knowledge on the industry is that your website should have one singular call to action.
Mm-hmm.
one singular call to action. Because if you give people too many options, you create analysis paralysis. And then oftentimes when people are faced with too many choices, they make no choice. They're like, ah, shit, I don't know what to do. Right. And so they move on. So having one clear, concise call to action on your site is really, really important. And to be honest with you, I've gone back and forth over the years, but you know what? I decided that booking that call, it is absolutely the best way, because I feel that at the end of the day, people have questions. And so if you just say, hey, look, book a call, and you can people think that a call means they're going to ask you questions, right? They think, oh, cool, I'm going to book a call and I'm going to ask them all the questions that I have. Nah, we're going to answer my questions. But having that clear, concise call to action is really great. I'm going to give you another tip too, Amanda. So your discovery call calendar, your book to call, we say this all the time, should be no more than 72 hours out, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody should be able to book further than 3 days out. But let me tell you something. If it's Monday morning and somebody books a call for Wednesday at 5, they are trying to kick the can down the road to see how far down your pipeline they can go without having to talk to a human. So one of the things that I do, and I train people to do all the time, is that if somebody calls to action on a discovery call 2-3 days down, just think about your own behavior. If you're interested, excited, and you want to know information and it's Wednesday, are you going to book a call for Friday, or are you going to try to find a time tonight or tomorrow morning? You're going to try to find a time tonight or tomorrow morning, right? So if somebody's going to kick the can that far down the road, text them right away or pick up the phone and call them right away, right? Mm-hmm. Up to you, right? Mad says we're going to call them right away. Absolutely, right? You book that call 3 days from now. No. I'm going to get you on the phone. I'm here now. Or you can send them a text message. Hey, I saw you booked for Friday at 5. I have time in 5 minutes. Can I give you a call? They're on your website right now. They literally were just on your website. They can't be that busy. Right?
Yep. Yep.
Do you think that that's helpful? Like, listening to that, do you feel like just having one singular CTA on your website would be helpful?
Yeah. And we have talked to Push Press about that before, just getting it down to one funnel. Yes. So I think we just need them to click the button. But I'll re-up that, because it's been something we've talked about for a little while now, that gets confusing, and I'm sure like our VA Mary is confused about what people are trying to get to.
Absolutely. As well. She probably doesn't know what's my next step. Do I get them into an NSI? Do I get them into a DC? Like, what do I do? Right?
Yeah.
One singular call to action. And again, like I said, I think people are just afraid. Like, the biggest reason why people don't do discovery calls is because they're either afraid to call, or they're afraid people are afraid to call. Right? Mm-hmm. Either they themselves are afraid to call, or they think their potential clients are afraid to book a call. You'd be surprised. I typically, out of 100 leads I get a month, I will typically get about 30 to 40 discovery calls booked. All right. Of those 30 to 40 discovery calls that have booked, I'll get 85, 75, 85% of those people on a phone call. Within the course of a few minutes, I'll pretty much figure out if they're good, if they're going to be a good fit for us. And you know what? Sometimes you talk to people on the phone. I'm going to tell you something else, that it's okay if they're not a good fit for you, right? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, hey, you know what? I don't think we're going to be a good fit for you, but thanks so much for connecting. Have a good one, and hang up your time. These are strangers. Who cares, right? Who cares? All right. Good stuff. Paula, tell me, are you guys doing a discovery call?
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So we, as you all know, we're fairly new to this, but yesterday we had a discovery call with someone new, and Andres took care of that discovery call.
Yep.
And then I was there yesterday to meet in person.
And so you did your first discovery call, and then you booked them into an appointment, and they showed.
Yes. We
right?
got confirmation, and boom, she was there. And we went over the whole, everything, including, we're going to do the onboarding 4 sessions, and then you're going to go ahead and go in class. At first, she was very hesitant because of the price. She
Mhm.
said that she's really, she used to work out and then she stopped because her gym closed and then she just felt lost. She couldn't find something else. Then I kept going and going and I said, how important is this for you? How is this going to change your life? How is this going to change your
Yes.
energy with your kids and everything? And she just kept on going. And she said, it's going to bring me back to life. It's going to make me feel like this. And I show her, in my gym, we have a private studio on the second floor, but it has a big window so you can down the big gym. And I
Mhm.
walk her to the window and I see, look what they're doing. They're happy, they're working out, all ages. And she said, yes, this is, that's what I want to do. But then again, she said, I just have to talk to my husband about the price. I just want to talk to him. I said, okay. I said, listen, I'm not pressuring you because of the money. I just want to make sure that I want to start with you right away tomorrow at 5 a.m. because I don't want you to think too long about this. And I said,
Mhm.
I'm ready for you at 5 a.m. And she said, yes, I want to do that, but I still have to talk to him. So at that point, I said, okay, why don't you talk to him tonight? And I will reach out to you tomorrow morning and get you in. And I let her go. At that point, I couldn't do much. I already, I think I already exhausted all my options. But the next day, she reached out and she confirmed, and we're ready to start.
Okay, look at that. You did it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's amazing, right? That's amazing. To be honest with you, like that probably could have went either way, right? When they leave,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough, right? But that was really, really good. And honestly, Paula, because you guys are new, I would give you an A- for that effort. I think that was excellent.
Oh.
I really do. You listen, in the absence of value, price is always an issue, right? So when you make the presentation, something that, and I say this to all of you guys, right? And I said it earlier, right? Prescribing without diagnosis is malpractice, right? So it's very important that you really, really get a diagnosis. In order to get to a diagnosis, you've got to spend time in that exam. You've got to build a bulletproof case for why this person should start, and then the value behind the program that you're telling them they need to do, right? So by asking those questions, by digging to the reasons why, which Paula, it sounded like you did, not only did you get to the whys, but then you painted the picture of success, right? You put her on top of the mountain, right? You start at the bottom, right? What brought you in? What's going on? And you put them at the bottom of that mountain looking up, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm down here. I'm never going to get up there. But then you paint that picture, you put them on top of the mountain, and you have them imagine what it's going to feel like. That's how you coach somebody to take that first step up the mountain, right? I think that in some way, right, in the absence of value, prices aren't always an issue. So at some point, she still couldn't see the value. So the price was here, but it sounded like by giving her the space, you were able to get her to that point where now the value and the price met, or the value exceeded, and then it was an easy answer, yes. And so, but congratulations, you changed that woman's life. So congratulations to you. That was absolutely amazing. Way to go. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good job.
It was your help. Thank you.
Yes. Caitlin, all right, Metabolic. I know you guys are experts at this, right? I even wrote your discovery call script. So Caitlin, just share with me a little bit how share with the group, right? Because you do tons of discovery calls. Listening to what I chatted about, did you pick up anything new that you can help in your process? And then kind of just chat with us a little bit about, how your discovery calls go, and just share with us a little bit about that.
Yeah, of course. So something new is that reiteration of the arrival time, that I really liked how you framed it.
The double confirmation.
The double confirmation.
Yeah.
We do lock our doors, which does help. That is kind of our I don't want to say scare tactic, but
Doors are locked at 7,
the
so if you're
doors,
not
the
here,
doors are locking. So if you're not there,
yeah,
you can't come to class. But
great.
having them repeated and having that, is there anything that's going to prevent you from coming, kind of tosses it back on them. So then it's not like, oh, this is our policy. Now it's like, okay, you've committed to this.
Yes.
That's something that I wrote down and will be implementing into my discovery calls.
Great.
I really love the discovery calls. It helps establish the relationship. I'm here like 99% of the time. I feel like I live at Metabolic. So I'm usually here when they come in for their first class, and I'm the person that they had their discovery call with. So we
Yeah.
already had that phone conversation, and I feel like I got to know them a little bit more. So we get to continue it on a little bit better. So that trust is able to kind of deepen a little bit more. They get to put a face to a name and a voice.
Caitlin, how many people, just share with the group, right? You do lots of discovery calls. So would you say if you did 10 discovery calls and book them into free trials, how many of those 10 actually show up?
I would say 8. So
See,
far, like our
80,
show
90%,
rate,
right?
yeah, our show rate is pretty high this month already. And then the conversion so far is pretty high, and it's primarily due to the discovery.
100%, right? Make
With
that
that,
case for doing a discovery call, right? You hear that, guys? He's getting 8 to 9 out of 10 discovery calls to show up for free trials, right? This is hands down, right? This is us making the case, right? If you're not doing discovery calls or you shy away from, this is why you should, right? Caitlin, tell them.
yeah, it's like it's very beneficial because they are viewing it more as they're being understood, and it sets you apart from other places that are just like, hey, just come check us out, come try
That's
out our
perfect.
free class, come do this. Now it's there's emotion tied to it. Now it's, oh, this person actually understands me. They know what I've gone through. I kind of was vulnerable with them. So now I want to show up and see what they're going to do for me. Because we had that 7-minute conversation. Now I kind of owe it to them to show up almost, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that kind of is the benefit to doing a discovery call, and a lot of them have shown up. And even if day of, if something comes up, we are able to rebook them, and they do come back later that week. So even if they don't show up, they are
They feel compelled to reach out to you, right? You don't just get ghosted, right?
right.
Yes.
Mhm.
Caitlin,
And then
that's
on top of
amazing.
that, they're converting into members. So for the
Right?
most
Let's
part,
talk
all of
about
the
that, right?
people,
Yes,
yeah,
right?
that's been really good this month so far. So the people that have converted this month are all people I have actually had on the phone, or we've had phone calls with. And I'm also doing data right now going back through September and October in this month. I just started in August with MAD. So I'm backtracking and I'm analyzing touch points to kind of determine the difference between communicating with them, having those discovery calls versus not, and how likely they are to convert. And so far, the data is showing that if you're having the discovery call and following up with them at least more than once, they are so far 75 to 85% more likely to convert in studio at some point during their trial, if not same day of the first class. So out of the 5 new guests I've had this month, 3 of them converted same day first, like their first
First
time
appointment.
to the door. Yeah.
Amazing.
So,
Amazing. Dude, that's amazing, Caitlin. I mean, you just made the point. And so for you guys on the call, if you're not familiar with Metabolic and their studios, they're an amazing functional fitness studio. They are their whole kind of cadence is discovery call into a free trial workout. And then they offer a 5 for 5, but we've really been trying to get them to sign up on day 1, right? Class 1, you're feeling good. Let's go ahead and sign you up. But if at the very least we get you on the 5 for 5, and then usually if they book that second class income, then it's like, okay, come on, let's sign you up, right? So you made a very compelling case. What Caitlin's saying is that the people that she talks to are 100% more likely to come in than the people that she doesn't. And the people that and all of the people that have signed up so far are all people that she's talked to on the phone through a discovery call process. So you just single-handedly made my case today, so thank you, on why you should be doing discovery calls and why you should pick up phones and talk to people, right?
Mhm.
We're in a society now that of very low trust, right? With internet, texting, we've lost that personal touch. And so there's very low trust in an industry that already has a lot of low trust from our potential clients. So by picking up that phone, by asking the right questions, by showing you that we give a shit, we're going to increase that show rate because we've got human connection. We're not AI. We're not automated messaging, right? I'll tell them about the automated messaging. Hey, you're going to get some automated texts after this. One's going to be a confirmation, and then you're going to get a reconfirmation. Sorry about it. It's just like going to the dentist's office, but hey, we work off of appointments. So I just want to make sure you're going to be there. Okay. So, it makes light of it. But when you have that human interaction, it makes everything better. It really does. Marcella, tell me about your process. Are you guys doing a discovery call over there? Or have you thought about it after today's call? Tell me about where you guys are at right now. Marcella. Maybe you're muted. If you're there, help me out. Marcella. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, she can't. Yes, you do. Okay, you do a discovery call. Great. I hope that today was helpful. I hope you picked up some tips. Hey, listen, I'm going to give you guys some really good news. In case you don't have it and you don't know that it's available, after today's call, we're going to post the recording in Sales and Wins, and I'm going to send you my personal script for doing this discovery call. So everything that I just went over, and I've updated it with the double confirmation. So I'm going to send you that in the Sales and Wins group today so that everything that we talked about today, you can have a copy of that, okay? And last, I've got iPhone 197. I don't know who you are, but if you'd like to chime in and join the conversation, I'd love to know who you are, what gym you're from, and are you doing a discovery call? Maybe. Yep.
Hello, this is Todd. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. Are you using a discovery call right now?
We try to get people to come into the gym for a consult
Okay.
right off the bat. And it's usually through Amanda and I are at the same gym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you've kind of heard the story already. But yeah, we try to get them through our Grow system to come straight to the gym for a consult. And if we're having a hard time with them, we lead them to a phone call after they're kind of like ghosting us or not really wanting to come to the gym for the first action.
Yeah. Do you feel like after hearing what we chatted about today, do you guys feel more compelled to try to drive first point of contact to discovery call? And if not, would you at least be willing to hear what I said on this aspect? And that is, if they direct to book, would you at least be willing to pick up a phone right after they book that call and just see if you can get them on the phone? And if not, at the very least, leave them a voicemail and say, hey, it's so-and-so from so-and-so gym, just saw you booked a consult. We're holding that spot exclusively for you. We run a tight schedule. So if for any reason something comes up, could you give me a call back? If not, I expect to see you tomorrow at 5. Do you think that would be a super helpful process to help increase your show rate?
Absolutely. And I appreciate that you're giving us your outline of what to say, your script.
Yeah.
I do have a question.
Absolutely. Hit me with it.
Our VA,
yeah,
they are taking our messages from 11 to 7. How would that work with them doing that? Because we've had like a little cross communication issues already with that.
So do you get a notification once the appointment is booked? Your Grow should be set up that you should be getting, somebody should be getting notified either through the Grow app or direct text. I have mine set up that anytime an appointment's booked, I get a text message from Grow.
Yeah. Okay.
So what I would do is that when that appointment is booked by the VAs, then I would then go in grab the phone, pick it up, and call them right away.
Okay.
Hey, Amanda, hey, it's Todd. So glad to see that you booked that consultation for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you. Make sure you wear gym clothes. We're going to do a brief assessment. You know, I run a really tight calendar. So please make sure that if there's anything that's preventing you from coming, you at least notify me in advance. You might get another confirmation from our system. So please make sure you say yes. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me on this number. Thanks so much. Right?
Great. Yeah.
And you can do that. Best part is you can do that from anywhere.
Sounds good. Yeah. We haven't had too many of those set up from our VA yet. It's pretty, Amanda and I have been setting those up a lot. So
awesome.
Are we still making those phone calls if we're setting those appointments up?
So if you haven't had a phone call, so say you're texting, like if you're texting with the person, right? And then they book that appointment, I guess maybe not.
Okay.
Because that doesn't make sense, right? You're already having that text call. But like if somebody direct books or the VA, I don't know if you're working with Mary or are you working with Mary?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So if Mary books it, right, then it would make sense for you to call because now that appointment's with you, right? So, hey, Amanda, I saw Mary booked an appointment with me tomorrow. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Please make sure you wear gym clothes. We're going to do a brief assessment. I keep a very, very tight schedule and I work off of appointments. So if there's anything preventing you from coming in or something happens, please let me know immediately. And you might get another confirmation. Please reply yes. Other than that, I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yes. Sounds good.
Yeah. Look, all of this is all about increasing those shows, right? The leads.
Absolutely.
To get leads, especially in the holidays, guys, right?
Yeah.
Look, people ask me all the time, Rob, are people going to come in? Yes, they will come in during the holidays. I promise you they will. There is a lot of thinking about January mentality, but man, if we can just get them to come in, we can show them what starting now is going to look like and how getting a 4-week head start about all the other resolutioners is going to put them 4 to 5 weeks ahead of the game, right? Getting them excited, getting them to opt in on something to take some sort of an action. So if we can just keep that show rate high, you guys are going to smash the holidays. And the best way to do it is either a discovery call or just to pick up that phone when a confirmation comes through and just introduce yourself. If you do perhaps get that person on the phone though, do that mini discovery call. It's going to help set the table. It's going to help put them in the right frame of mind because again, I am a really huge advocate for personalized interventions at first. We have a population of people who are sedentary, who lack range of motion and mobility, who lack consistency and accountability, and are just even at group fitness level are just not ready to jump in and be successful from day one without some sort of guidance and a path to success, whether that is through an on-ramp, a hybrid, or just setting the stage like Metabolic, who says, hey, you need to come in 4 times a week and we accept nothing less. Let's book your first 4 classes for you, right? Whatever it is that you do in your gym to set that stage and set the table for success, it all starts from the second you have that first interaction. And that could be that personalized discovery call or that personalized message that you leave them. It shows that there's a human being. It shows that we give a shit. And it shows that we are also busy people that aren't shift workers who are just sitting at a gym from 11 to 7. And if you don't show up, well, I got paid. No, that's not how it works for us. Right. So I think that this right here is going to single-handedly help you guys continue to maintain and even hopefully increase your show rates and set the table for more personalized or mid-ticket or high-ticket offerings up front.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. I hope you guys got a lot of really good stuff from this. I really enjoy talking about discovery calls. I think they are hands down the absolute best way for any gym, regardless of whether you're a CrossFit, a Metabolic, anything, to create that personalized welcome and greeting, to set the person's mindset in the right place and to get them to actually show up so that your time can be respected and you can close more appointments. All right. Look for the recording for this in the Sales and Wins. I'll also drop that discovery call script for you guys. And as always, if you have any questions for me, you can find me directly on Slack or drop them in the Sales and Wins. All right. Other than that, go practice some discovery calls, go get into them, enjoy it, go crush it. And I'll see you guys next week. All right. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Robert.
No problem. See you.